So we are talking about effectively using our planner. So regardless of the type of planner you have, want to talk about a few things that can help us be smart in our planning going forward. The planner that I have now is the Happy Planner. And the reason I chose this planner, and there's other planner types that can work for this as well, but the reason I chose it is because it has rings that allows you to take the pages, the cover, in different parts of the planner. You can take them off and put them back on. And so the reason I like that is because I use it as a combination between a planner for things I need to schedule, and also kind of a home management system. So I'm able to get sheets. I can print sheets, customize sheets, either from someone who has created templates or things that I buy in Michael's, Hobby Lobby, or order online. And I can use my paper cutter that's specifically made for the planner, and I can put those into my planner. So when I'm going around to appointments and meetings and different things like that, I'm able to access my calendar and also access the home management or medical or grocery lists or different things like that very easily. This was a gift from my friend Erica. And this is again, it's a Happy Planner, and it's the 8.5 by 11 size. They call it the big size. And one reason I like that is because I do have more space to write things in on the pages, but then also because if I'm printing something out, either from Microsoft Word or if it's a PDF, I don't have to worry about customizing the size of those sheets of paper. I can just print those out. I already have the paper for it. I already have the printer that works for it. And then I can use my hole punch. So they make Happy Planner hole punches for the size of planner you have. And I realize other planning systems do that as well. But I fell in love with the Happy Planner a few years ago. Now, I will say that with the Happy Planner, what happened with me when I first started using it was that I got so just kind of inundated with customizing it and doing all these extra things, is that I did not get to the point where I found that it was useful for me to be organized or for me to be able to rely on it to help me get things done and be productive. But I've been using it for the past month and a half, and the way that it's coming together is it's becoming very, very useful. And so I used to carry my planner with me, and then also a separate notebook that had notes. And you take your kids to the doctor, or you go for your own appointment, or you're doing grocery shopping, or planning out different things. I would have a separate notebook for that. But with this, I have it all together here in my notebook. And you can see I have all kinds of tabs and different things like that. And that's what I'm in the process of working on now. So this video today is not the final product, because I'm still working on labels and different things like that to make sure I have all my sections the way I want to have them. But what I wanted to do in this call or in this video is talk about what those sections are, and talk about some of the things you can do with your planner to help you feel, kind of excited about planning, and help you feel like your planner is pretty and inspirational. So the first thing I want to do is talk briefly about the sections that I have in my planner. And when I do that, since I have not fully organized it yet, and I haven't gotten used to the order of where I have everything, it may take me a moment to get to the section after I mention it. And I may not show all the sections, but the sections I have in my planner are: first, I have a section for the year at a glance that has a space for me to customize and kind of write out the things that I plan for the year, and then also track things that have occurred in the year. And that is huge for me. I love looking back at after a certain period of time, whether it's 90 days or 6 months or a year, and tracking and being able to see what has occurred during that period of time. So I have a one page with the whole year on it. And then I have some that have by quarter. And I'll show you guys that in just a second. The next part I have is a section for medical notes for finances, work or business, household, spiritual growth, kids. I'm making a section for my dad, a section for giving, and a section for fun. So, like I said before, I am able to carry this around, and if I'm waiting at a doctor appointment or waiting for my kids to come out of, getting their haircuts or something like that, I have all this information here with me. My brain is always, it feels like it's always on 10 because I'm thinking of the next thing to do, or I'm thinking about how to organize something or how to plan something. So this has been really helpful for me to have a place to write that down. If I put it in my notes on my phone, I like being able to search for things on there, but what I don't like about that is that it's just it kind of feels lost. I like looking at something that's written down and I can just thumb through and I can find it and it's big and I have colors and I have stickers and different things like that. So and I can email you these things if you're interested. If you're looking for some ways you can customize your planner. If you don't have a planner that's 8.5 by 11, you can still print these sheets off and just put them in a binder. That's what I used to use, a household management binder. And it was in a regular, Avery binder that you purchase, but it wasn't cute and it wasn't easy for me to really carry around and use. So I like the fact that I'm combining those all together now. But you can easily print these off, use a regular 3-hole punch, and just put those in any binder. If you want to get a binder that can be, a planner that can be customized and, get a hole punch that you can punch those in and then put that all in your planner. Michael's, Hobby Lobby, who else? Walmart, maybe. They usually have planners at a really, really good price at this time of year. So if you're looking to switch over, if you haven't decided which type of planner you're going to use, now is a good time to buy one for the year. So I wanted to show you, this is the sheet, and this one is cut off for some reason, but this is the sheet that has a whole year on one page. The reason I like that, you'll see that? The reason I like that is because I can kind of forecast and plan and dream and, write down the different things I want to plan to do throughout the year. So anybody who knows me knows that right now I have a major, major focus on health and on fitness. So one of the things that I wrote in my blocks for each month, or I'm working on, I've done the first half of the year. One thing I wrote in those blocks is inches. So what I'm going to be doing is tracking. Okay, so I realized that it's not so much about pounds when you're working on, especially with gut health and you're getting rid of inflammation and different things like that. I am looking more so at inches than at pounds. So what I have is on each of these blocks for every month of the year, and I like it on one page because I'll be able to see it and track it. So when we get to June, I'll really be able to see what's going on. So for every month, I have inches on there. So I'll be able to write, what my inches were at the beginning of January, February, each month. The other thing that I do in those blocks is I like to have a broad view glance at the types of things that are coming up for the month. So yes, I could put them, when I turn to that page for February or March or, June, whatever it is, but I like having it all on one page. So some of the things that I do with that, and it kind of helps me have a mindset for budgeting, for thinking about, what trips to the store I need to make, what type of things I need to start praying about or talking to the kids about. So one of the things that I do is I put for example, for February, I have spring break because I don't want to wait till March, to make those plans. I want to get it solidified in February. So this is all my plan for this year. I didn't do that the last couple of years, but that's my plan, it's my goal. And we can't can't get to a place we want to be without setting a goal, right? So I have that the month before. In April, I have teacher appreciation. I don't know if you're like me. When you had small kids, teacher appreciation month will just kind of run up on you, and you all of a sudden get this email, and you're like, "Oh, let me try to scramble. Let me just have my kids make a card." I want to be more intentional about that, so I have it written down in February. I have Valentine's preparation. I have that written down in January. I have back to school in June. Although I hate seeing those signs and all the school supplies out in the store, I have that written down in June because I want to be intentional this year to prepare early. For September, I have costumes, get those purchased early, planned out early. October, Christmas photo. October, Red Ribbon Week. That's when they have at the schools where they have the kids dress up, crazy socks, crazy hat, or whatever. There's been years where I was totally unprepared, and the morning of, my daughter's like, "It's crazy sock day. Do I have any crazy socks?" And it's like, "Oh yeah, I saw the email, but I didn't get you any crazy socks." So when you have a 1 year at a glance planner um, sheet, you can kind of see that whole overview of all the things that are coming up. So whatever that is that's relevant for you, if you don't have children or if your kids are all grown, it could be decorating your house, it could be planning for your garden, or whatever that thing is. And then I have in November, order my Christmas cards. So yeah, that's a whole nother story for another day. The way I be running around trying to get Christmas cards done. Some years I've done okay, some years I've failed miserably. But hopefully I will have that a lot better organized this year. The other sheets that I'm putting in my planner is a quarter at a time. So this sheet right here has January, February, and March. What I like about that is that I'm able to zone in on one quarter. I love setting 90-day journey goals and just saying, I want to stick with X for 90 days and see how I do with it. If you are on a particular health regimen, if you are, starting a new diet, or if you're doing the plexus cleanse and gut health, and you're trying to get achieve a certain goal, whatever it is for you, I encourage you to look at those plans that you have 90 days at a time. And on this particular sheet, you can track on here. You can also make notes of, how you were feeling. You can make notes on whether you were consistent with your exercise for that week. And then at the end of that quarter, guess what? You're going to have all those notes to show yourself really how you did. And then at the end of that quarter, so the last the last week or two of March of 2021, you'll be able to look at that tracking sheet and say, okay, I did horrible, or I did great, or this is where I want to tweak. So if you did really well, you may say, hey, look how well I did in this first quarter of 2021. Now I'm going to push myself even more to achieve a greater goal. Or you may say, I want to stick with what I've been doing. Or you may say, oh my goodness, man, it was March and I haven't, I haven't checked off half of the things I wanted to do. You can rededicate, you can recommit to your goals. But my heart for, especially the people that I work with in my team, Fit, Healthy, Fine, is for myself and for them to be able to see that consistency build over this first quarter of the year. So they are able to be proud of themselves and see just how much they were able to grow in consistency, and how much better results they were able to get when they committed and when they had some things that are written out to help them to track it. So again, you can use something like this regardless of what your regimen is that you are trying. So that is the yearly and quarterly sheets that I use in my planner. The other thing I wanted to share with you before I get into the sections is that with the Happy Planner and a lot of these other planners these days, there's, such a market for things for you to buy to make your planner cute, to make it pretty, to make it inspirational. So this is one thing I really want to hear from you guys on whether you do something like this in your planner. So I started in December, and I wouldn't say I did an excellent job with it, but with this one, I have some stickers, and I'll just show you guys. So I just have some stickers throughout, and this sheet right here is actually a month view, a 2-page month view that I printed out, and I hole punched it and put it in my planner. And then I dressed it up with the stickers. The thing that's cool about that, and I got this from our team lead in Plexus, is that you can print out as many of those as you want. And what's helpful with that is that you can have a planner that just has your personal stuff in it, a calendar, and then one that is just for work. You may have one that is just for kids. You may have one that is just for meal planning. And, it's the list is endless for what you can do. So for December, I had one spread, a 2-pager, just for my business stuff. So that has all my calls and all my goals and all my things that I'm doing specifically for my business. And then I have the one that I just showed you guys, which is for personal. So I'm doing the same exact thing for January and trying to get a little bit more creative with my colors and everything for my business calendar. So that's everything for my business spread. And you can do that for your work or your side hustle or whatever it is you do. And then this one is for personal. So I have our doctor appointments, hair appointments, and all those types of things. So the thing that's cool about these planners and all these stickers and stuff you can buy is that you can allow or help your planner, help yourself to make things stick out or give yourself kudos or, inspiration for the things that are coming up. So, for example, you have these little stickers you can put in there that very important. You got this. Never stop dreaming. Let's see what some of the other ones are. Urgent. So you can use these stickers to add into your calendar. So it's not just your handwriting there. And so that's something I'm learning to do. And I actually started doing it with my girls, and they are really enjoying that as well. And I'm going to zoom in on my January calendar because January is so significant, right? Start of a new year. A couple of things I have in here is my why. All of us need to capture what our why is, our why, our purpose, our thing that keeps us going, our thing that represents what we do to give back to the world, right? And then also some things like choose joy, right? Live, love, laugh. And that might seem cheesy, but I'm the type of person, I need those reminders. I need that encouragement. And what better way to have that than right here in my planner as I'm writing down another thing to do, right? So, along with dressing up and prettying up my or your month view, you can do the same with your week view. So this is my week view for the current week that we are in. So you can add your stickers, you can dress it up and just make it motivational for yourself. Now, if you go on YouTube and you search planners, Happy Planner, Erin Condren, Bloom, you're going to find people who spend a significant amount of time making what they call a week spread. And that's what I just showed you guys. It's a spread of the week. And so they'll take 15 minutes, 20 minutes just putting stickers and colors and boxes. There's this one sticker pack that I bought that just literally has colorful boxes for you to put in the different sections of your planner. So it's not just basic black and white squares and rectangles. So I plan on using some of that, but my hope is to not go overboard because we don't want to spend all that time dressing up the planner and not doing the stuff that we need to be doing, right? So um, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this. I really just wanted to share with you guys this excitement about using this planner and talk a little bit about the things that I have customized and decided to put into my planner. So, and along those lines, when you go, and this frustrated me, I went on to Google to look for a template for something I wanted to print out and hole punch and put in my planner. People are on Etsy selling these templates, right? And I got a little frustrated, but I can kind of understand because everyone doesn't have the time or doesn't have, resources or skill to be able to create something like that. So they're earning money off of it. But when I saw that, I was like, I am not about to pay $10 for a PDF to print out. People are making mad money selling PDFs and stuff like that. So I immediately just went to Canva and just Microsoft Word and started creating some stuff that was going to help me for the sections that I needed in my planner. So I have a page that I'm working on right now. I bought these sheets at Michael's, but I'm using this one just for my weekly meals. I have this one right here that I'm using to plan out. And so I don't have any stickers on that. I'm just writing. On that one, I'm using it to plan out my videos, my Fit Healthy Fine videos that I'm doing, talking about these last 5 days of 2020 and getting everybody all inspired and motivated and excited to set their goals, their health goals for the next year. There's also these little things you can get that they're called half sheets. And when you buy these little half sheets, it has its own cover and then it has sheets. And so you can add those into your planner for whatever category you want that to be. And that's the thing that I kind of got stuck on. I'm working on how I want to label my categories. Do I want the tabs at the top? Do I want the tabs at the side? But it has been still helpful in helping me be productive, even though I don't have it all organized with all my tabs. So that's an encouragement to you. If you're like, I am not getting ready to do all these tabs and stickers and all of that, it's fine. You do whatever you can do, whatever you have the capacity to do. I have a section in here that I had Christmas planning. So my list of everyone whose names was pulled for Christmas gifts in previous years, I had to ask over and over and over, whose name did you pull? Whose name did I pull? Who pulled my name? But now I have it all in my planner. So hopefully I will still be able to stick with that at the end of this year. See what other sections I want to show you. Oh. This is so cool right here. These sheets are called classroom checklists. And I will not zoom in on this. But these classroom checklists, and I'll show you the bottom of it. I won't show you the information on it. It has a section for you to write a name. Um, imagine when you were in elementary school, your teacher took roll. She had all the kids' names listed going up and down, and then across the top, maybe the days or maybe the assignments or something like that. So I am using that in my business and with my kids. I used one for when I was planning out what I was going to buy them for Christmas. And there is one that I used for my Fit Healthy Fine Biggest Loser contest. I'm using it currently for that. I'm giving away $300 to the person who loses the most weight. It's an 8-week program. And I have about 6 people who are in that contest with me right now. And with that, I'm tracking each week. They report into me what their weight is and what their waist measurement is. So you can use these literally for anything. And I bought this pack. I think it had about 30 sheets in it. And it's a great way to track things and keep you organized if you have things like that that you're trying to track. So it's kind of like a spreadsheet. It's probably the old school version of a spreadsheet, but it's all on paper. So I love, 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 love that. What other section do I want to show you guys? It may be it. I'm just thumbing through. I do have some other things that I printed out. Oh, here's my, okay. So it's 5 of us, right? 7 of us, 5 kids, and then mommy and daddy. So this is something I have in here that has all of our doctor appointments. Oh my goodness. It is so hard. It has been hard for me keeping up with who has a doctor appointment, who went last, who had their checkup last, what did they weigh when they went. Um, and I was trying to keep it in notes in my phone or on a spreadsheet, which is not always easy to access. But now I have this sheet in here that I keep track of not only my appointments, the type of doctor I went to, the reason I went, the date that I went. I have the same for my kids. And when they went to the dentist, did they have any cavities? Do they need to have a filling? Does somebody need a root canal, God forbid? I have all that in here. And then when you go to the doctor, after you take your notes, you bring your handy dandy planner with you. After you take your notes of what the doctor said for that specific appointment, then they say, when can we schedule you for your follow up or for your appointment for next year or your next cleaning and exam or whatever it is? Then you just flip right over to your calendar. So it's all together, all in one place. So that is my plan for this coming year, to be able to rely on this system. Let's see. Oh, this other thing I printed out was just, I went to Microsoft Word. I wasn't gonna go on Etsy and pay somebody for this. And I just made up this little table, and it's called subscription tracker. So I plan to use that one to track on paper the different subscriptions that I subscribe to, whether that be YouTube TV or what else do I subscribe to? If it's GoDaddy or whatever. So I want to have those tracked right here in my planner, because sometimes what I'll do is, if I don't have anything else to do, if I'm bored, I'll just thumb through the pages in my planner and just think about, okay, what do I need to jot down a note about? Another section that I'm going to be adding in here, and it's going to be under, it's actually a subsection, I should say, under giving, is going to be notes about the types of gifts or cards or whatever it is I want to give to people. So if you already use something like this for your planning, whether it's a home management binder, or if you have it all together with your planner, or if you have a planner similar to this, I would love to hear your thoughts. If you want me to send you any of these templates that I talked about, let me know that as well. And I do want to set a time once things slow down with closing out the year as we get into January, where we can have another call where everyone is on the Zoom together and you can bring your planners and we can kind of have a working call where we talk through, showing me what you have, and I'm showing you how I updated my planner. And then one thing I really also want to do is perhaps once a quarter get together with some folks just to meet again and talk about where you are now at the end of that quarter. So those are my thoughts. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Have a good evening.